Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. I'm not important, just a question asker. I'm just a question asker. My name is Raheen Aljami out of Atlanta, Georgia. We got two of my brothers from another mother, but we got the same father here this morning. I want to apologize, man. We had a lot of technical difficulties this morning. Had a lot of technical difficulties this morning. Couldn't the system didn't want to wake up for us. It hadn't had his coffee, I guess. But anyway, Badger, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Another
there,
blessed day.
there go that energy and the train. The energy and the train. Both of them are wide open this morning. Frank Logan, Mr. Frank Logan, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good, good. How's everybody?
I'm using my radio voice. I'm using my radio voice from back in the 80s. This is my radio voice from back in the 80s, and I'm greeting everybody here this morning to this Morning Glow. Welcome to the Morning Glow. That's my radio voice, y'all. I don't know how good it is, but
You ain't that old now.
no, I ain't old as you yet, Badger. I ain't old as you yet, Badger. I'm not old as you yet. I'm trying to get there.
Man.
But let me ask you, I'm gonna jump this thing off real quickly, man. And like I said again, I do apologize to our listening audience for the delay. It wasn't. I take ownership of it, but it wasn't my fault. It was technical difficulties. Frank Logan. Frank.
Oh, I was okay. Go. I'm here.
Okay, Frank. How would you take this if you if you say you're the only person of your race, of your nationality, in a group, say of 10 or 20, 10, 15 people, whatever, and they one of them while y'all in a group together, y'all talking and y'all discussing different things, and one of them say this to you, Frank, man, you are a real credit to your race. How would you take that? Frank, did you fall over?
You know, what was the movie? And he asked the question, "What's the difference between the N word and
Yeah.
something else?"
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe what he compared
I think it's
what he compared it to.
I think it was well, he said that the difference between the N word and a black man, and I think it was
Yeah,
they asked the question
yeah,
of Lawrence Fishburne. I think it was boys in the
correct,
hood. Mm-hmm.
correct. They asked that question, and he said the N word would answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, it is. There's so many things you have to take into consideration when someone poses something to you. It would be easy in this climate for me to jump to a conclusion
Mm-hmm.
and say that that person was being condescending or racist. There's so many other. Um, I was actually um, um, in a meeting where we were offering some business to a company, and they had all their executives on the phone, and they said, "Okay, it seems like we have everything ironed out. We're going to have Sunshine give you a call." And he said this about this woman like 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "So, Frank, she's going to reach out to you, and I'm going to give you all her information." He sent me her email information and her name. It said Sunshine, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
wondered, okay, is this an office joke?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because every bit of me feels like to address a woman as Sunshine is an insult
Yeah.
because Sunshine was a prostitute.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, Sunshine, Babe, Hun, all of that is condescending to most women that I know.
Yes.
So I called him. I said, "Hey man, I'm really not trying to be funny. Is this her real name? Because if it's not, I'm not referring to this lady as Sunshine." And he said, "Oh, Frank, that's her real name."
Wow.
I said, "Oh," I said, "Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's what her parents named her." So you know, but you know, it is to go one way or the other with that, and you know, be saying that could really mean that you're different.
Mm-hmm.
You're different than the stereotype. You're different than everything I've known. You're different than what I'm around. Um, and and that could be one of those things that hit their heart and it came out of their mouth before they even had time to process it or think about you know, how it could be offensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they may have a relationship with me where they feel like, well, I can say this to you.
Mm.
You know, I mean, you know, I can, you know, I work with people that I ask very tough questions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's me.
Okay. Good deal. Badger, how would you feel? Same scenario, man. You in a company of people, none of them look like you. You're the only one in your group that look like you, that has your background. And in the course of the conversation, one of them look at you and say, Badger, or or they call you, you know, by your name. They say, listen, you are a credit to your race. Badger, how would you take that? And what would that mean to you hearing it coming from somebody that don't look like you? And what are they saying about your race at that particular time?
Hmm. I just ask them. I probably just ask them what they mean,
Mm-hmm.
knowing the way I handle things like that.
Mm-hmm. And they'll say, and I'm gonna use your name for a second. They'll say, Wade, you know what we mean. You know what we're talking about. And how would you respond to that?
I'd go, okay,
Mm. And you'll leave it right there?
yeah, I would,
Okay. Okay.
because why react? If that's their opinion, they probably experience a lot of different things.
Would you take it as a compliment?
I would just take it as is. It just
As well.
is,
Okay.
because I'm a lot of that kind of scenario. I mean, it's interesting that you brought this kind of topic up because I've watched a video this morning that I find very enlightening in many regards to this situation. And because of my perspective of what race is, I'm compliment comments or things of that nature that are in that realm are just meh to me,
Okay.
because we're of the human race.
It would be a beautiful existence if everybody felt that way, Badger. It really would. But unfortunately, not everybody
Oh,
feels
oh,
that. Yeah,
I
unfortunately.
understand that.
Yeah,
And if that's, I mean, I've had someone say something like that before in real
mm-hmm,
life, and that my response was like, okay, I don't
mm-hmm,
know what you mean, but it's whatever.
mm-hmm. Okay.
And just left it alone because I'm not going to react to it or let it make me mad,
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
especially if they meant it in a condescending way. I'm, I guess especially as I've gotten older, I'm just tired of people being hateful. So why
Mm-hmm.
am I going to give them power?
I got you. I got you. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Let me go to Ryan. Ryan, good. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Mr. Hicks was up next. Mr. Hicks, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem. Good morning, family.
Ryan, coming to you next, and we got I think we got some folks on the phone line as well. We're gonna go to them too. But Mr. Hicks, you in a group, you at work. Yeah. So let's say you at work, you work in this job. You're the only one that look like you on this job, and you're in the company of say 10 of your coworkers. Y'all together, y'all discussing something, strategy form or whatever y'all gonna do moving forward, and y'all discussing it. And one of them look at you and say, Mr. Hicks, wow, you are absolute credit to your race. You are a credit to your race. How would you take that?
I guess it depends on my mood. It depends on what I feel, the intent of what he's saying. But honestly, I can't. I try to like have control of myself and all that stuff. But it depends on the mood I'm in. It depends on everything. It can be very. It could be. I just let British off, and sometimes I don't know. Uh, you know. It probably would be nice. I'd hurt his feeling. I was one time I was on a job site, and I was on this we was moving asbestos, and I went in as a worker on this job site, and they had the 3 or 4 white guys, and I was the only black guy there, and it's a girl. She was black, and they was just filling all over her, playing all over her, and she came out somewhere in the middle of the morning. She said, listen, she had a bar of soap. She said, can you wash under your arm? I said, what do you mean? She said, the guys down there, they said they smell you. And I said, so they sent you to tell me that, right? She said, yeah. So I walked over to the guy. I said, you got something you want to say to me? And he put his head down like a shot. I said, you a punk. Punk ass. And I left. And at that day, in that time, in the age I was, he's blessed. That's the only way I handled it, because I normally handle things a lot different. I make them remember. They remember me the rest of their life. They think about me when they get old. They say, I remember that guy.
Wow. But would you if they said that to you, would you take it as a compliment if they say you're a credit, because they're saying you're a credit to your race? Would you take that as a compliment or an insult?
It depends on what's the energy behind the words. The words are just a vehicle. They're just symbols that indicate an idea. But I feel the spirit. I always have. I've been it's been a blessing and a curse a lot of time. They say born, how they say about born with a veil over my face. I had ability to look a little bit beyond. So I moved off energy. There wasn't a word. It was the energy and the circumstances. As you said that, I figure out what your attention is. And ideally, when I'm walking this path, because most of this stuff was when I wasn't on the path. I was on my own. I was doing my own thing. But when you're on the path, it gives you instruction how to handle these things, how to win folks. So you're not trying to push folks, or you're trying to win them. So a lot of times you eat crow, even when intention is bad. Now that's ideally. That's my goal. That's what I shoot at. But like I said, most of our actions, sometimes they're reflex actions. They're coming from a whole bunch of different places, and there's a lot of repenting going on. You got to repent and turn from. But
wow.
People,
go ahead, brother. Finish your thought, because it goes real deep, man. It goes real deep.
Well, it goes deep to walk this walk. This is a deep walk. This is not a walk for the easy or the faint of heart. It requires a whole lot of self-control, a whole lot of looking out and thinking in terms of what's good for other folks and what's good for their development, and really putting yourself out of the picture, getting your ego out the way, which is not an easy task, but that's the task ahead of us. That's our purpose. That's our goal. We're shooting at that target to try to be perfect. But yeah, that's awkward. Those people that say those kind of things are indicating their racial prejudice, because they're comparing you. And they're saying that I am good for my race, but they're saying all them other ones ain't. So he's saying two things at the same time.
Exactly. Ryan, what do you say to that, brother? You're in a group of people, 10 or more at work, and none of them look like you. None of them look like you. And as a matter of fact, it's all different group, different nationalities there, but you don't know one that look like you. And one of them look at you in the midst of the meeting and say, "Wow, Ryan, brother, you are a credit to your race. You are absolute credit to your race." Ryan, how would you take that, and what do you think they're really saying?
I would ask him what my credit limit is.
I like you, Ryan. I love that, brother. That's my bad.
Lord.
But I mean, I kind of, I'm gonna go with agreeing with Badger on this. What you mean, man?
Mm-hmm.
The human race? Because I mean, come on, let's be real. I grew up and I was the only person that looked like me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I never been asked that question.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like Mr. Hicks said, it would depend on intent. If I know that person and know their spirit, then I might crack that joke. What's my limit? You know, but that's a, like you said, it's one of those questions where you're like, man, you foul.
Yeah.
Why are you comparing me to other people? I'm my own person. I'm my own man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to have a credit limit. You need to judge me on my merits, not on what you see other folks do.
Mm-hmm.
So don't compare me to anybody else. I'm my own individual. I wouldn't take it as a compliment at all. It'd be
Okay.
an insult.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's an insult to me. And like Mr. Hicks said, that shows that person has some sort of prejudice against somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't deal with that. I don't fly with those folks any way, shape, or form. So you're going to have to excuse yourself from my table, sir.
Yeah. Move. Get out the way. Get out the way. Let me go to Stanley. Stanley and Cassandra come to you next. Stanley, I'm gonna ask you the same question. You and then we're going to Tucson. But Stanley, you in a situation at work, on your job, been there for a while. Everybody know you. And none of them look like you though. Stanley, you don't want to look like you. And one day y'all in a meeting, y'all having a discussion, and one of them look at you and say, Stanley, yes. Man, I just want to tell you this. You are absolute credit to your race. You are a credit to your race. How would you take that, and what do you think their intent in saying that is?
Well, we all know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
That means you. That means you basically you a good nigga. You know, you're better than the rest of them. We don't expect the rest of them to be like you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
For somebody to say that, we know what that means. It don't take a scientist to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens all the time. You know,
Wow.
They always think that the black man is beneath every other race. You know, but we're not. But that's what the intent is.
Mm-hmm.
Because why wouldn't they just say, man, you're a good worker, or you're proficient, or you're this, or you're that? Why does it have to be credit to my race?
Yes.
Like, so we're all humans, first of all. There's no such thing as, the race than the human race that we know of. Even though I do believe in UFOs and all the other stuff, but that's a different story. But yeah, we know what that means. So ain't no way to sugarcoat that. Don't care what kind of mood you in that day, how you feel that day. We all know what the intent is.
Mm-hmm. And so there really is no doubt about where they're coming from.
Right, we know that.
Mm-hmm. Good deal.
Ain't no other way to put it.
508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Cassandra, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Cassandra, how would you take that situation, that scenario? You're at work, co-workers, all y'all around.
Rig 'em, chirk 'em, pick 'em, make 'em, stick 'em, pick 'em, pick 'em, lick 'em.
Want.
Okay, did you interpret that? Did you interpret that? I hope y'all got the full interpretation for that.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so no, I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, and I can tell you some of the things that were said, to me Like I had a boss one time, and I had to really check him on that. He would say, "You know what? You a good old gal for your people." What the what?
What?
Excuse me. and he said it. You know, he would say it periodically. And so one day I just said, Mr. Kerr, I don't know whether you realize how offensive that is. And I just had to break it down to him because this is a joke that me and my family would say. My grandmother would always say, "You know what? When they find you by the riverbed one day, I'm going to understand why." Because I would always talk up to white people.
Yeah.
And she was like, you can't talk like that. You can't say that. But no, that's not a compliment. And what's funny about it, Raheem, is that they don't say that to other race. We are the main race that they say that to.
Yeah, exactly.
So right there, that tells you there's something more to it. We are the main group of people that they make those kind of comments to. So yeah, it'll be riggum.
Yeah, you want. Let me go to Tucson. Tucson, what do you say to that, brother? You're the only one in your group. In your group, there's about 10 or more of you. You're having that meeting, morning meeting or whatever. You're the only one that look like you. And in the course of that meeting, you make a comment, and everybody like, yeah, okay. And then before they move on, one of them look at you and say, "Donald, man, you are a real credit to your race." How do you take that, Tucson? What do you do with that?
Your mama too. Your mama too. How about that? Your mama too.
Lord Jesus. He wants some tables turned on here.
Let's go down that road. How about that? Your mama.
Lord.
If you're gonna insult me, let's go there. I'm gonna be ugly with you for the rest of the day. I'm gonna get, then I'm going to labor relations. So real. But I'm gonna hurt your feelings first.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your mama.
No, Tucson, you can't talk about the people.
No, your mammy is a credit. How about that? Your mammy.
You know,
credit.
You know, your mama said the same thing about me last night.
Uh-oh. I wouldn't go that far, man. You don't do that one, right?
Right here, you going to the corner again today, bro. Can't stay out on trouble, can you?
Because you just said something that's gonna really start a fight.
Exactly.
That's what you're aiming for. I went to a training in Arkansas, and you know how we do when we go to a town that we're not familiar with, and especially if you go to church. You usually go to church on Sunday. So I went to Arkansas for this training, and I saw First Baptist Church. So me going, I got dressed to go to church, and I went to First Baptist Church in Arkansas.
Lord. You know what that's all about. You know what that's all about.
I opened the door, and lo and behold, I was like a fly in a bowl of milk. And me and they invited me in. They come on in. And the only ones that was dressed was me and the preacher. That was it.
Gonna be a picnic.
And an older guy.
Gonna be a picnic that day. Gonna be a picnic.
Anyway, and the older guy turns around. He says, "You sure dress up nice. You sure dress up nice."
Lord Jesus.
You sure dress up nice. What in the world you mean? I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I didn't say thank you either. I just said.
It was some cuss words in that though. It was some cuss words in there. I'm gonna tell you now, if you look down deep, there was some cuss words in that. Frank, talk to me, brother.
With most of the examples everybody shared, and it's just ignorance. And I mean, we're all ignorant of something, all of us. And it is a racist at the core of it. And we all battle with that. I know that something that I struggle with, and I didn't even know that it was a struggle at the time. But I was a huge boxing fan. I grew up in Crunks here in Detroit, around Emmanuel Stewart. And I would walk in. I'm a lot older than the majority of you.
Okay, did we just lose Frank? I think we just lost him in the middle of his.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Badger.
I mean, I don't
Hey,
know. Oh, is he back?
No. Cassandra, that was you, Cassandra? Okay.
I don't know who that was.
Go ahead, Badger.
One of the things I learned from the elders that taught me is a person's ignorance or a person's choice in how they want to view things has a tendency, it can hurt people or it can help people. And in some situations, you've got to weigh your reaction. And what I mean by that is there are sometimes, what would be the point of getting upset about it?
But see, but Badger, my thing is this right here, and I understand what you're saying, and I'm certainly not gonna say that you're wrong. But my thing is this right here, man. I did a scenario. I'm gonna use that scenario that I used once or twice before on here. If somebody come to your door, or you walk to somebody's door every day, you ring the doorbell, they open the door, come to the door, and they slap you, and you walk away. Then the next day you come over there, you whatever it is, you come to the door again the next day, ring the doorbell, they open the door, and they slap you. How many times are you going to be slapped before you either do something about that, fight back, or stop going to that door? And sometimes you gotta stop it. You gotta stop it right there before it gets started, because that cause if you don't get upset, you don't say anything, you laugh it off and act as though it's nothing, it can snowball very quickly into something else. And so my thing is, I'm the guy, man. I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop it right here. Hold on. We're not gonna do this. And whether that means I have to get all ugly or stuff like that, or I could do it in a very quote unquote respectable way. I could be very respectful in my approach, but I could at the same time let you know exactly what I mean.
So I understand what you mean by making a statement like that. But you have to remember where I live. I get people knocking on my door off and on quite often. And because I don't belong to a church, I get verbally attacked pretty much every time they knock on the door. And I have a choice in that moment to be hateful back or to create dialogue. To present a different way of viewing things.
Well, I'm gonna create some dialogue now. Oh yeah, I'm gonna create some dialogue. There's gonna be some dialogue.
Now, if they're attempting to hurt my kids or my wife, that's a whole nother beast. But me personally, I grew up being verbally abused. It ain't nothing new. I grew up being hit. Nothing new. So I guess I learned.
Am I hearing you say you've gotten used to it?
Oh yeah, humans do that stuff to each other all the time. Sometimes people do it and don't even realize they're doing it.
Wow.
I mean, it's part of the human experience.
You cut a little different than me, Badger, because I'm not gonna be that source of release. And you cut a little different than me, man. I'm understand, and I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing.
Oh no.
But
I'm just when you come across someone that's of a different belief than you, and then y'all get into this really heated debate of your beliefs better, my beliefs better. Not me personally, but
Yeah,
speaking in general.
Mm-hmm.
You keep going back and forth. At some point, one or both of you are going to start getting into personal attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Personal attacks to me, even if they're verbal, is still a slap in the face.
I think it's a personal attack when somebody look at you in your face and say you are credit to your race. I think that's a personal attack. I really do.
And that's why I have the perspective that I have, because okay, they're personally attacking me with words. Do I
Mm-hmm.
want to give it power? Do I want to lose control over something so petty?
Mm. Again, I say, Badger.
Now,
Again, I say, brother, you cut a little different, brother. You cut a little different because, and
I,
again,
I guess I take that quote, turn the other cheek a little too literal, I guess.
well, it depends. It depends, and like I said, I could come back with
I'm speaking for me.
I understand, and that's why I say I could come back with a lot of different interpretations of different things that will combat that too. But we're not gonna get into that because that's not what this conversation today is about, and so we're not gonna do that. So what I will do is say this: you're cut from a different cloth, brother. I understand what you're saying. I'm not gonna say that you're wrong because your way is your way. I can't tell you how to handle something. I tell you how I would handle it, and that's all I could give you. That's all I could give you. I'm Frank, you back, brother.
Just
So,
one last thing.
Hurry up, Badger. We've been a minute.
I prefer to try to take any opportunity as a teaching moment.
And I'm gonna teach them not to say
So
that to me again. I'm just saying me now. You talk.
I know.
I'm
I'm just.
I'm gonna teach them. Look, let me learn you not to say. If people say I'm gonna teach you something, no, I'm gonna learn you something today. I'm gonna learn you not to talk to me like that. If you say it, you ain't gonna say it to me, and you ain't gonna never say it again. But I promise you won't say it to me. But anyway,
I guess
Frank,
you're right. I'm just cut different.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's not a bad thing, brother. That's who you are. Frank, finish your thought, brother.
So, real quick, one of the things that I struggled with when I was coming up is that, especially because I was in boxing, I would walk in and Wide World of Sports would be on. It would be a real good fight on television. And I would immediately walk in the room and root for the black guy. Didn't even know him. Didn't know his history, his black background, or anything else like that. After a few years of that, I was like, okay, what is that about? Because I didn't consider myself as being racist. It was just that I would always cheer for my people. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. But that thing can show up in other areas of your life. But like Badger was saying, when you run across somebody who is ignorant enough to make that type of statement, I don't think that we should go directly to, oh, you're going to pay for what you just said. Okay, Lord, what is it that you would have me do in this moment? I mean, is this someone that you want me to walk with and kind of show him the errors in his ways? Is this someone that you want me to avoid and just not be around at all? Is this someone at work that I need to report and get him up out of here, before he damaged someone, or someone who has less self-control than I do, that they put their hands on him? I was in one of the most popular bars in Michigan. It's called Floods. Back in the 70s. And I mean, there was, you had everybody there. You had high level police officers, you had attorneys, you had everybody, but it was a black bar. And we're all up in there socializing. And this guy just walked in the bar and just started screaming the N-word. And people looked at him and they ignored him. I mean, they gave him no energy. They just totally ignored him. And it got to the point where he just walked out. Now, was that, what would have happened if somebody would have approached him or, like Badger said, gave that energy? I don't know. But we just can't get away from And I don't know how many people have had this happen, man. I was born in the South. I came out of North Carolina and out of Tennessee. My family moved to Detroit. I've seen everything. We've had to walk out of diners where people wouldn't serve us. And I mean, I've seen the whole experience. Been called everything in the world. But the one thing that is absolutely true is that it's never the action, it's the reaction.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to react to things that are said? And I don't know, Raheem. I'm not a scary person. I grew up a fighter, but as I've matured and grown, there's a lot of ways to handle people. And this is what I was going to say. Have you ever had? I was in college. I had this white girl walk up and touch my skin.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, I asked her, I was like, well, what's going on with you? She's like, I'm so sorry. She said, where I was from, there was no black people.
Wow.
And she said, I didn't mean to touch you, but I had never really seen or been in the presence of somebody black.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't a bad person. It's just her curiosity and stuff going on inside of her. It got the better of her.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've never hit a woman in my life. But there's a lot of people that say I would have laid her out. All she did was touch me.
Mm-hmm.
But
in some cases that's enough. With somebody, especially like up north, man, you put your hands on me, that's a fight, brother. That's enough. That's enough. But
it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a fight.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't deserve me laying her out because she had a moment where she made a bad decision.
Well,
that was a bad decision to put your hands on somebody.
Yeah, and that's
but
my point.
For me to be so insecure to now I got to ball my fist up and hit this girl. That girl didn't hurt me.
Oh, no. See,
she didn't add or take anything away from my life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm reading something from TikTok here, and it says, I've had that in Haiti, where the kids and the adults doesn't see white, and they touch and poke on you and hug you. She said so. Yep. She's seen the opposite side of that. And I'm gonna go to LinkedIn here, and on LinkedIn, this is what let me see. Public Citizen Paul said this on LinkedIn. He said, white people, let me see. Let's go to the top. Your credit to your race is some very old school racism. Anyone who says they don't know that is disrespectful is a liar. And so there's a couple other things you said there, but I wanted to read that one and get that one out there. And we got some other people calling in. The phone lines are open, 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. Leonard, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem, and the Morning Glow family.
Leonard, you at work, corporate America, on your job. About say about 10 people. Y'all 10 people in a group. Y'all having a meeting, about 10 people in the group, and you're the only one that look like you. And you say something, and some of the stuff that you say during that particular meeting make one of them turn and look at you. And they say, Leonard, I just want to tell you something, man. Leonard, you are a credit to your race. Now, none of them in that room look like you. What does that mean, and how do you take that?
Well, first of all, I would tell them I'm a credit to several races.
Mm-hmm.
So, it just depends on my mood. What do they mean by it? A credit to your race is actually positive because it's a credit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he mentioned I was less than or something of that nature, that would be a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But, basically because, if people just say things and talk to you, you're talking. If I want to know what they mean, I ask them, please clarify.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I say, when I ask people to clarify, that means because I want to get an understanding of what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
and repeating it and saying it louder is not clarification.
Mm-hmm. You are a credit to your race.
But then again, you know, some people have different experiences. Like my wife, you know, probably would say, she's from the South, I'm from the North. You don't seem friendly. Okay, I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why people don't say or approach me the way they approach other people.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you got crazy people out there that'll say whatever. But if you're saying something and you're genuinely, you don't have any malice, it doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if I sense the malice, then that's different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you never know who you're talking to. If you're talking to me, you may never know what you may never know. Maybe I'm able to read your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe I'm able to pick up on how you're actually feeling.
Those cues that you're putting out there. Mm-hmm.
Right. So I use all that to my advantage before making moves.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, if you're coming to me honestly, without malice, we good. But you know, I'm not stupid by far.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to clarify what you mean, because I'm in room where I may be the only black person.
Yeah.
But I know more than everyone else in the room.
Mm. Okay.
So I'm not at all intimidated.
Mm-hmm. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. What does it mean? I'm gonna go to Cassandra and I'm gonna go to Curtis, because we got Curtis with us this morning as well. But I want to read just other thing that Paul put on the screen here, Public Citizen. He said, and he's an educator. He said, I have white kids that like to touch the hair of black kids. And every year I have to remind those white kids that is disrespectful. That is very disrespectful. He said he have to remind them every year. Cassandra? Cassandra, you there? I think she's over there fighting with that button. We'll come back to you, Cassandra. We'll come back to you in a second or two. Curtis, good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Morning, bro. Morning.
Good deal. Kurt, how would you handle that situation, man? You were at a meeting at work. You're the only one. You're the only one that in that meeting of 10 people. You're the only one that looked like you. You're the only one that looked like you. And some of the stuff that you say in that meeting is very impressive. It's very impressive, Curtis. And one of the people that don't look like you look at you, and they say, Curtis McNeil, man, you are a credit to your race. Curtis, what are they saying, and what does that mean to you?
Well, I'm like Leonard. I'm asking for clarification, and I'll probably respond with, "What race are you talking about?" In hopes that you're going to say the human race, because if you don't say the human race, I'm going to curse your ignorant eye.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm either going to curse you out, or I'm going to get my butt up and walk right out your meeting, along with my resignation letter right there on the table, handwritten. I don't have room for that, man. I had that encounter one time, man, and I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna tell the truth. I swallowed my tongue on that one, because I realistically, the first thing that went through my mind was to jump across the desk and wrap my hands clean around that man's throat, and until he had no breath. So I done kind of been in that situation before.
Cause you talking about killing him. You talking about killing him, Curtis. You talking about killing him.
The man said to me, man, one time, man, I've been in a meeting with a facility director, man, and I'm doing everything right. That's the first time I've been on a job where I'm really on all cylinders. I'm doing everything right. And because I wasn't a part of that good old boy system, and some of the women that worked there, he favored, and they was, you know, trying to press on a brother. You know, he felt the need to try and mistreat me.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, I'm telling you, if I wasn't the grandson of Minnie L. Stanley and Annie Merrill McNeil, I'd have killed him in there, man.
Mm-hmm.
No ifs, ands, buts about it. I would have killed him in there, man.
Wow. Wow.
But I'm like Leonard, I would seek clarification. And if they don't say the right thing, I'm out, bro. I'm out.
What part of that? Let me ask you this question, because both of y'all did say that, and somebody else might have said it as well. But what part of what they're saying needs clarification?
What
Well,
needs
I mean, oh, go ahead, sir.
okay, there's black race, there's white race, there's the
No.
Latino race.
They say you are a
There's
credit,
different
Curtis McNeil. You are a credit to your race, is what they said.
Okay, well, I'm a member of two races.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a member of the human race, and I'm a member of I'm a human being.
Mm-hmm.
So there is. I'm a member of the human race.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they meant that?
I just so happen to be an African American.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a member of the African American race as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, well, what race are you talking about, sir?
Wow.
If he don't say the right thing, bro, I'm gonna light in him. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it.
I understand what y'all saying, man, but I'm and this is just me talking for me. I don't think there's even room in there. I'm not gonna give them that wiggle room. Because at that point, we're giving them wiggle room and trying to give them a way out, trying to get them out, because they said what they said, and I feel as though they meant what they said. And so to ask them what race are you talking about, I'm taking them for what you said. Because Leonard, you always say all the time, man, you said what you said and you meant what you said. You said it all the time. And so my thing is, I'm gonna take it that they said what they said and they meant what they said, and that's what they said. You are a credit to your race. They didn't say the human race. They would have said that. They didn't say all these people. They would have said that. They said you are a credit to your race. And so I'm gonna take it from what you said, and I'm gonna deal with it in that way. That's just me now. I could be wrong.
I don't respond typically the way everybody else probably would.
Mm-hmm. But you always say, Leonard, you say what you say and you mean
Yeah.
what you say, and the person say what they say and they mean what they said. And if, in that instance, we can't change it now.
But I'm not. What I don't do is I don't make it up for you.
Mm-hmm.
I make you explain it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I make you explain it to me so there's no misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of people, and this is to brothers and sisters. Sometimes y'all need to use your brains
Bonito, no, I'm not. Mm-hmm.
instead of just jumping to conclusions and acting irrationally every time someone says something to you you don't like.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
People who are really in control of themselves and have discipline know better.
I guess it's like a lot of people say, it depends on the day, because this day, y'all are saying something a little different than
But this is the thing about it. It don't take much to start a fight if you want to fight. If you want to fight, don't say nothing else. Just jump up, kill them, do whatever you gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, it would be a shame if you did all that and a person didn't mean you no harm.
Mm.
The consequences of doing that far outweighs what was said.
Wow.
So
Wow.
one, there is nothing you can say to me that's
Mm-hmm.
going to make me lose my mind. Nothing. I am going to choose to destroy you and how to destroy you. You're not going to just be able to say something and I just throw away my whole life. That's ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
That's out of control and undisciplined. That's why you'll never see certain people in certain places, because they don't know how to act.
Wow. Okay. Because like I said, there's a lot that's going on right now. But let me go to Stanley. Stanley, what's on your heart, brother?
lot of this stuff sounds real good, man. But like I say, everybody knows what that one statement you accredit to your race. We all know that that is a racial statement. I don't care who you are, where you're from. It's not about us being ignorant, not about us being out of control. That is a racial statement. Now, how you react to that statement is different. But we never know what is going on in a person's mind that day. You could sit at the one person and they will let it slide, wouldn't think nothing about it. But you might say that to the wrong person that might have just went through a racial incident the night before or moments before that. And that person react. It's not that they want to put themselves in a position to go to jail or get in trouble, but you never know what somebody is going through.
Mm-hmm.
They might say it near you, and we might ignore it. But a man might have just went through a stop from the police that night, and he got racially profiled or abused, and you never know what state of mind he's in that morning, and he may react in a different way than someone else. So, like I say, it could go a lot of different ways, but the statement is racist. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. How you react to it depends on your state of mind at the time that it's said. And we all react to things in a different way. Like I said, it's not about being ignorant. It's not about putting yourself in jeopardy. We never know what a person is going through.
Exactly. Ryan, talk to me, brother. I hear you now. Yeah, go ahead.
You can hear me?
Yes.
All right. I had to switch to the phone.
Okay.
So I had a scenario when I was in Memphis. And I went to a bar in an area that you don't see people my skin tone. Because I don't care. So I walked into this joint and sit down at the bar, and I promise you, everybody stopped what they was doing, everything but the music stopped.
Wow.
And everybody just staring. Bartender came up, asked me what I wanted. I ordered what I wanted. And a guy came up to me and said, "Man, you lost?" I said, "No." "Should I be?" He said, "Well, you look around you, man." I'm like, "What's the matter?" "I'm just here to have a drink." "Do I need to leave?" "You might want to." Like, "No, I'm good." I had my drink, carried on some conversation, and went on my way.
Yeah.
It's not the question that you asked, but it's a very similar scenario. It happens all the time. If I go home and visit family in the city, people coming out their doors like, "What in the world?" They're just looking at you crazy. "What you doing around here?" "I used to live here. What are you doing you know what I mean? Like,
it's like Sesame
that's
Street.
just the way that I respond to it.
I think it was Sesame Street said one of these things is not like the other. One of these things that
Yeah. This ain't Sesame Street. I believe the same as you, and we know that that's not how most people view things, but that's the way I view things, and I'm going to take it with a more comedic approach until I have to do something that escalates the situation. Most of the time, I don't have to go there because family members come out the house. "Why are you looking at him like that? You got a problem?" "That's my blood."
Yeah, exactly.
So it's, I don't know, man, like these questions kind of irk me a bit. You know that.
Yeah. But like I said, that's a part of having a conversation, brother. We got to have the conversation. We got to have the dialogue. And hopefully somebody's listening and we're making a difference or a very positive impact on their life. Cassandra, talk to me. Cassandra, you back? Okay. Mr. Hicks, what's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, I was. I've been thinking about it. It seems it depends on what's in it for you most times. You know, I think about Biden, the things he said the things he said about you don't vote for me, you're not black, and said Obama was nice, neat, and clean, and it said a lot of statements. And Trump on the other side has said a lot of things too. But it seems like the people that are backing these people, they ignore it when it's in their favor.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of times on certain jobs, somebody will say something to you. For instance, job I mentioned about a job earlier on a job site where I walked off. They were paying me $37 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that the girl that walked over to me, that it was all in her face that she was doing this because she wanted the paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted the job.
Yeah.
And I think that I don't know if it's a blessing or curse in my life, because I walked away with some very good opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
I just had an exit stage right. I turned and split. And it was really because I didn't have the ability, I didn't trust my ability to control myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think as I grew older and and it still flashes now, it's still flashes, I get out of whack. But basically, I strive not to take things personal,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not, if I take it personal, I'm going to respond out of that. It's not going to be effective to what I'm trying to do.
Mm.
And that's like, but again, I know that's just some wisdom from old age. I didn't have it. I wish I got it better, stronger now, but you can't take things personal.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, everybody ignored that stuff Biden said. Everybody's looking for him.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with Trump. All the stupid stuff he said, everybody, his party say, oh, hey. So I guess it's about having principle.
Mm-hmm.
And a principle is something that carries through all situations. And my principle is that basically was that I'm not going to let anybody disrespect me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's another way to handle it than walking out on a 6-figure job when you got babies at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I could go back and make some different decisions sometimes.
Exactly. And that's life, man. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we wish we could go back and undo some of the things that we've done.
Yeah.
But in the heat of the moment, and like Stanley said, in the heat of the moment, man, when it's happening right there in front of you right now,
Yeah.
Sometimes we, instead of act, we react. Instead of act, we react.
Yeah. And
our reaction may not always be the right reaction that we need to have for that particular moment at that particular time, wherever we are in our lives.
Amen.
Tucson, talk to me, brother.
So people sometimes they figure they can say something because you're that guy, that person that don't act kind of, you know how to conduct yourself
Mm-hmm.
in a professional environment. Okay. And they figure because you used to, I've learned that, okay, if I'm on the block, I can talk like I want to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when I'm at church or with you guys, I basically can talk like I want to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, most of the time, I don't put on pretense.
Mm-hmm.
Really, if you watch some of the church service, I talk like I talk in here. I won't say some things, but I know how to say things in the same way that I'm letting folks know I don't pretend with you.
Mm-hmm.
Not only I say what I say and I mean what I say, I'm like this all the time. So I don't try to change just because I'm with other folks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the real me.
Mm-hmm.
But if that don't set well with you, or that seems kind of strange with you, you know how I thought you was a Christian. I thought you was a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you was a pastor. How can you say something like that? Because that's who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come at me wrong because of who I really am, not who I try to pretend to be, I'm gonna tell you what's on my mind. I'm not being ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna conduct myself to put myself into a bind. But I'm gonna let you have it. I sure am. I sure will. Yes, I will. I will do it. because you're not going to do that to me for
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah.
I promise
Yeah.
you.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
And he
I'm
does talk
going to
fast.
do it in a way that you know that the next conversation you're going to have is who you work for. Because you said, Mr. My manager, I'm applying for a job. He didn't give me the job. And he says to something, you know why you didn't get the job? He said, you didn't sell yourself. I said, I'm not for sale.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
Exactly.
said, you knew who you was going to hire before I came in the room. Because
Mm-hmm.
y'all already talked about it. The only reason why you interviewed me because you know I'm a cut up.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
In a
Yeah.
professional way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So 6 years later, it took me 6 years. But they give me that job. And the
Mm-hmm.
one that they gave to prior to that, they put him where I was.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to pretend with folks to get where I'm going. Because
Mm-hmm.
if we fake and phony this just because okay today you got a Bible under your arm and a cross on your neck, oh now you Christian. Shoot, I was Christian before that when I had blue jeans on
Yeah.
and tennis shoes.
Come on.
So is,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not gonna cross me. I'm not a bad dude, but I handle things in a way that two things on my job. There's we union and there are company policies and procedures that you better not cross.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do, I'm not gonna be in the trouble because you said I'm a credit to what? You must have lost your mind. So
Wow.
Mr. Director, we going to the office now.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Thank
Follow
you,
me.
Chief.
Follow
And
me.
we're gonna talk about this.
Yeah. Follow
You
me.
follow me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's how this gonna go down.
Exactly.
And it's not just like Ryan said. It's not just us because I think we got a guy that they think that he's a credit to his people, and he's a nut.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Wow.
saying.
Good deal. Good deal. Badger, talk to me.
You know, I'm hearing different perspectives. The reaction and or reacting and reaction. And I don't know if the people listening understand the differences between those. To me, one is based in anger, and one is thinking before speaking. You know, asking the person what they mean and things like that is. I just feel that there are some situations that there's no real need for violence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our history is so full of hatred and ignorance because of brainwashing of children, and then when they become adults, they have to undo all that. And a lot of times, one of the tools I use is they're still under the teachings of what was shoved down their throat, and they're not in a place yet to let that go. And that's kind of the messed up part of what a lot of the things that we deal with. One of the videos I was sending to people this morning that I just really enjoy listening to is how this man described, putting water in different buckets, different colored buckets. White, black, yellow, and blue. Well, based on visual, people are going to assume that it's different flavors or different tastes and things like that. But in reality, it's all the same thing. So our perceptions and things of that nature, a lot of times, is things that are taught to us. Because when we're kids, a human's a human. Yeah, we might see or we might ask questions. Why does this person look different? But then it's up to the parents to teach from there, or the teachers, or whoever the adults are in that area, around those kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that comment comes from a racial background. I just don't understand getting that angry about it. I all the things that have been done in the past. I understand being passionate. I understand the anger for what's been done to groups of people in the past. The things that my Native American ancestors went through is horrible. I can't compare. I'm not black skinned, so I can't speak on that experience or that anger or upsetness, but I can speak on my heritage. I could be mad. I can be running around, get offended by every bloody thing that's spoken and said, and sometimes I do get upset about comments about casinos and different things of that nature, because I know there's a lot more going on than what's on just the surface.
Okay. Good.
Yet I have to recollect myself and go, I am reacting. What good is that going to do?
Mm-hmm.
So instead, I should have a different reaction and use it as a teaching opportunity instead.
Mm-hmm.
Weigh the thoughts, not give someone else power over my emotions.
Good deal. Good deal. Got to keep it moving, man. And so everybody deal with things differently, man. That's your approach. And like I said, that's your approach. I can't tell you how to approach it or how you should do it or blase, blase. Again, I can only say how I would do it. And like I say, I know the history and I know what is being said to me at that particular time. And I take it the way that I take it. I take it the way that I take it. And I'm going to deal with it the way that I deal with it. I'm not gonna ask you for permission or say how, I'm gonna deal with it the way I deal with it. And it could be wrong. It could be very, very wrong. But at the same time, I'm still going to deal with it. Cassandra, you're back with us?
Yes, I am.
Talk to
me. And I when I came back on, Toussaint was talking and I was like really like thinking about that. Because the way that people may take something or the way that they look at you, people are going to have their perceptions of you no matter what.
Yes.
But when and I think and I'm being very honest. I think that people used to think that was really a compliment to you when they said that. And I think they were trying to use it as a compliment, but did not realize that it was really an insult.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Mm-hmm. But I think that the intent of a lot of those people, it was the, what's the word? It's a term we use. It was the politically correct thing to say. Mm-hmm. But really, it wasn't. Really, it wasn't. So the way that I deal with racial stuff or whatever, I'm the Peter in the group. Don't try to make me anybody else of Jesus' disciples. I can tell you, I have done the research. I'm a Peter. Mm-hmm. I'll be like, somebody step up to Jesus. I'll be like, excuse me, what was that you said? And Jesus be like, okay, Cassandra, back up. You understand?
Yeah.
God made me like this. Ain't nobody gonna change me. The only person that is going to change me is the Holy Spirit. I'm not that quiet girl sitting in a corner. I'm being the person that you think that I should be.
Come on.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that I'm true to me. I don't need to be true to you. I'm being true to God because this is who I am. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to be the little, I like quiet women. Well, get yourself a quiet woman. God bless you. God bless you,
Yeah.
because I'm not that girl.
Yeah.
I know how to take my position in a relationship, because if you could talk to my ex-husband, he will tell you she let me leave the house. I've always been like that. So I'm deviating a little bit, but I'm just saying, let people be who they are. Don't try to prejudge me or say anything. You understand what I'm saying about who I am as far as my race or whatever, because I'm going to correct you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it in a way that that was not acceptable.
Exactly. And see, that's my point too. I'm gonna make sure that we stop it right now. We're gonna stop this train from running right now. We're gonna stop this because I'm gonna let you know. Hold on, what you just said, that was very inappropriate. This is why.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Kurt, talk to me, brother.
I think we all saying the same thing. We just got different methods about getting it done. I'm not a violent man. Never have been. Never will be. That's not in my nature. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Y'all know the rest of the
Yes,
song.
sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But see, I understand because I've literally seen this with my own eyes. With some racism, some of our Caucasian American brothers and sisters are truly ignorant, y'all. And I'm going to tell you the truth. They are truly ignorant, not self-perpetuatedly ignorant, but they are truly ignorant, man. I remember being at advanced individual training, and I never forget it, man. It was one Saturday, probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock. We just come back from chow, and I'm sitting down on the bench by the unit. We sitting. Matter of fact, we sitting out there rapping and having a good time. You know what I mean? Everybody's saying they the best, whatever. And one of my girls that's in my platoon come running down the stairs, out the door. Platoon guy McNeil. You need to come upstairs right now. Hold on. What? You need to come upstairs. So I go upstairs, man. And all of the black girls that was in my platoon was ready to mollywop this white girl. Right? So, I step in the middle. Oh, no, we can't have this now. Y'all ready to get kicked out. Whatever. Hey, let's find out what's going on. Well, what was going on was the Caucasian sister was from a very, very royal part of Illinois. And the only black folks she had ever seen in her life was, guess what? On the news.
Yeah.
The only black folks she had ever physically sat around and seen was on the news. And everything that she had seen on the news in terms of black folk, period, was all negative. So she get around these girls and these black girls, and they all positive, and they doing major things, and they in the army like her, and she would walk up to them and touch their hair or touch their face. She didn't know no better, man. So, when I ask, me personally, this is just me, when I ask, well, what do you mean by that, sir? I'm waiting for an answer. I'm waiting to find out if this guy is actually ignorant.
Go ahead, Curtis.
I'm waiting to see if this guy is actually ignorant or if he's self-perpetuatedly ignorant. Either way it goes, I'm given the option to teach this some kind of lesson. Now, how he get taught, that all depends on how he responds or how he reciprocates the lesson that he's being taught.
Absolutely. We're going to move on to another topic. Anybody else have anything they want to say on this one before we move on to the next one? Anybody have anything on their heart?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay.
You know, I was thinking about a conversation we had a couple weeks ago, and it's about fear.
Mhm.
And I was saying that in fear about my experience, but as a result of reflecting on that conversation, I thought, right, there's always been a fear in me of losing control, and I think that's what they define as PTSD and all those different things, right? But I think it's just something else. But I was looking at the news about that soldier who killed those people up there in Michigan. I think it was 22 people he killed.
Yes.
Maine.
And we were talking about Maine, yes. And we were talking about he had voices. He heard voices in his head telling him to go do these things. And they locked him up for a couple of weeks, and they let him again. The thing that I found interesting that he's military.
Yeah.
And that's where they practice these MK Ultra programs and stuff. Again, like I said, they have technology. I read white papers, unclassified CIA documents saying that they have the ability to project the person first with the drugs and then send this message into his head to make him think that a God's talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought, I think you said earlier this was Way Out Wednesday. I said, this is Friday. You said Way Out Wednesday. I said, okay, I might could get this in.
Yeah.
Is that that a lot of these mass shootings aren't, I mean, just a possibility, just to reflect and think that they're not just coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the other shooting where they didn't want to reveal and still haven't revealed the journal of that woman that went in, the transsexual that went in and killed those Christian kids. And the whole push is like, what was her journal? Why would you reveal the journal? What was she talking about? And how was she connected, possibly in some kind of way, to have this thing? But that's a tangent. But it's we live in a wild time with the technology you have. It's I guess we gotta get in control of our emotions.
Yeah,
we gotta control and be flyable like Bruce Lee said, like water. Be able to accept the change and adapt to the changes around us, because we can do things and say things that set us up to be a target. And that's what's on my heart.
And
about it.
And watch it. Hold on, let me stop the time. Let me say this right here, Mr. Hicks.
Yes, sir.
You must be like the water. You put water in a cup, and it becomes the cup.
The cup.
You put water in a glass, and it becomes the glass.
The glass.
Go ahead. Like water. Conform.
Give my Oscar. I see you think about acting too, but looking for actors,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
I know you put yourself on that list.
Look here, you got to be. Willa.
Willa.
Good morning, Raheem.
Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
I am awesome, Raheem. Good morning. Good morning, Morning Glow.
Now, why your phone so low? Now you ain't talking directly to your phone, are you?
I wasn't. I was making a bed up while I was talking to you.
Okay.
It is now, though.
There you go. I'm gonna go. We're gonna switch the topic. But before we switch topics, I want to get your heart on this one right here. Now, Willa, you at work.
Okay.
You work. It's 10 people. Oh, there's 10 people in a meeting. You all having this meeting. Y'all talking about different things about moving forward and how y'all gonna move forward. Now, you're the only one in that group that look like you. You're the only one in that group that look like you. There's 9 others of different nationalities, and you say some things, and they're received very well. One person in that group look at you and say, Willa, you know what? You are a credit to your race. Willa, what does that mean to you?
Okay, I'm a credit to my race. So so that'll be my question to that person. I mean, what did they perceive from what did I say? So what I was thinking is that I'm representing my culture in a way that maybe they didn't think that we were, or that we were designed to be. So I would probably ask them a question like, what do you mean by that? You know, because first of all, I don't know what the meeting was or what it was about, or what did I say? But if somebody questioned me about I'm being a credit to my race, that means that I'm adding something that they didn't value.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be what I would do, Raheem. I would definitely ask them what did they mean by that.
Would you take
So
it? Would you take it as a compliment?
go ahead.
Would you take it as a compliment?
You know what? What I'm saying is right now we're creating something, so I wouldn't know whether I could take it as a credit or not, because I don't know what would have been said.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they're a person that give compliments. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
that's where I would stand with that. I would definitely have to have more clarity and information
Yeah.
before I respond to anything.
Okay. Good
Yeah.
deal. Anybody else want to say anything
From my
to
heart.
anything else? Anybody else want to say anything to what Willa just said, or can we move to the next topic?
That's all
Right.
that.
Yes.
I got the best answer for you.
Okay. Talk to me.
It's better than being the debit.
Yeah. Yeah. You are debit to your what? Wait a minute. Okay, that's good. That's good. But look, Cassandra.
Yes, sir.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Question for you. Gonna change the topic. Gonna bring it to you. And I want you straight out question. Give me a straight out answer. As deep as you want to go with it. But Cassandra, how powerful is a lie?
Powerful enough to get somebody killed.
Mm.
That I mean, that's the extreme.
Mm-hmm.
A lie is powerful enough to get somebody killed.
Wow.
You can't get no more powerful than that.
Take a life. Make somebody take a life.
Someone will take a whole life because of a lie. Now, can I say something really quickly?
Absolutely.
Can I?
Yes.
So yesterday, I had on Marketplace, I had put up this lamp that I had, right, for sale. And so this lady contacted me and wanted to purchase it, but she said she needed me to deliver it, if I could deliver it or ship it. I said, well, I can deliver it. And I told her, so she said, how much? I told her how much. And she said, oh, that's all? Okay. So yesterday, I was supposed to take the lamp, but I was so busy with an event that I had tonight that I asked a friend of mine to take it.
Mm-hmm.
So the lady contacts me. Now, I told her it would be by 4:00. The lady contacted me at 2:50 and said, and my friend was on her way, and said, you're a scammer.
Huh?
Yeah, you a scammer. You stole Cassandra Green's whatever thing, the identity or whatever, and you something of the devil. And she went on. I said, ma'am, what is? I said, what are you talking about? She said, I looked on, you're not Cassandra Green, and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, my phone number is there on all of my pages.
Mm-hmm.
You can call me, whatever. I don't want to do that. You got my address, and I'm going to call the authorities, and I'm going to do boo, boo, boo. And I mean, she went, and listen, I wasn't feeling well yesterday, so I was about to go all in on her.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, ma'am, I don't know what has happened, but I said, I'm Cassandra Green. I said, I'm going to tell my friend not to come because I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I said, but I am Cassandra Green, and if you would just check. She said, stop harassing me. I'm gonna get my attorney to say. I'm like, what the? I was done. And she said she was gonna go on Facebook and tell people that I was a scammer or whatever. My product was in my hand. She never gave me a penny. So how is it that I become a scammer?
Exactly.
And I was done. But that lie, she could have said something that somebody that's just getting to know me or about to get to know me could do damage to me.
Yeah.
So I'm reaching out to Facebook because y'all need to tell her, you can verify who I am. But if she says anything or tries to do, I will sue that lady. But I'm saying a lie perpetrated like that can be really detrimental to
Yeah.
some people. My name is what I have. I don't have the
Exactly.
big house on the hill. I don't have, the fancy cars, none of that. I
Mm-hmm.
have my name, and I
Yeah.
protect my name at all costs. So yeah, a lie can cause damage.
Exactly. Exactly. Curtis, how powerful is a lie? How powerful is a lie, Curtis?
Powerful enough to have many soldiers around the world killed.
Mm.
Sandra's right.
Mm.
Almost every war we've been involved in been predicated on a lie. Almost every single one of them. And for the most part, all of them, even down to what we're saying with the Israelis and Hamas.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody want to take accountability for their actions, so they're just blaming it on the other one, leaving out the things that they may have done in the past or perpetrated in the past. They've been fighting so long, hell, they don't even know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They don't even know what they're fighting for no more. They really don't know what they're
Mm-hmm.
fighting for no more. They just know that they believe in the lies they were told. And they fighting, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lie. Cassandra, I mean, she just nailed it, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
people, you gotta understand, man. People can tell a lie that can really, really set you back and or just destroy any kind of foundation that you done set up. Here it is. You got a man telling people that the American dream is dead, and he
Mm-hmm.
running for president.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got people following this man like a cult. And if you ask them, well, why do you follow him? They'll say he's a great businessman. Hold on, how great are you? You filed bankruptcy 87 times. You got 116 different LLCs that all have failed. Okay. You squandered $400 million of your father's money. You have not had a business that succeeded yet. But yet, folks are saying, because he painted this big lie, and he did it in the best fashion that you can. Painted this big lie to make people believe that he was a phenomenal businessman. Come on.
Mm. Wow. Wow. Badger, how powerful is a lie?
As powerful as you allow it to be.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of lies in our world that people give a lot of power to.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen it destroy civilizations and all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wild concept. And the crazy part is our society is normally based off of lying to one another.
Mm.
Lying about the Easter Bunny, lying about Santa Claus coming to give you presents, and lying about history, lying about all kinds of things, and we accept it as part of the norm. It's almost like our society is honestly based off of two things: lies and greed.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So to me, when if you asking me how powerful of a lie, how powerful is a lie? Just walk around your neighborhood.
Mm. Wow. That's good. That's good. Toussaint, talk to me, man. How much power does a lie have? How powerful is a lie, Toussaint? Ryan, coming to you next.
It can reshape the course of time.
Mm.
It can put us all in a predicament that we got to fight for our lives, the rest of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just throw the unbelieved story. I'm gonna just call it an unbelieved story because you don't have to believe it. It is what it is. The day that you eat of this tree, you shall surely die.
Mm-hmm.
God did not mean that. You shall not surely die, but you be wise as gods. I don't know if I quoted it like it is, but that was the biggest lie since the beginning of time,
Mm-hmm.
and we fell for it.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are,
Wow.
fighting for our lives.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lie from the father of lies.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are now. We would not believe a lie rather than the truth.
Yep.
Tell somebody a juicy story. They'll run with it and keep going. And before you know it, when you try to correct it, you know what they say? Oh, the devil done showed up now.
Mm-hmm.
You ever
Yeah,
went somewhere, even in our churches, and you saw dysfunction, and you try to correct dysfunction? You know what they say?
What's that?
The devil done showed up now.
Mm-hmm.
No, I ain't the devil. Read your word.
Mm-hmm.
You out of order.
Yeah.
And you've been out of order for so long, you think you're right. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my short answer.
Good deal. Good deal. Ryan, how powerful, brother, is a lie?
I'm a borrow Tucson's playbook. Let me ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
How powerful is the truth?
Everlasting.
They equally as powerful.
Mm.
Truth has the power to
Hold on.
bring about life or death.
You
and
think
so does a lie.
you think a lie has the same power as the truth?
Yeah.
Which
somebody tell the truth
which one to
when
stand,
you commit a crime,
which one to stand longer?
and somebody tell the truth,
Which one will stand longer?
which one will stand longer? The
Yes.
truth will always stand longer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But
okay.
standing and power are two different aspects,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion,
Okay. It is.
because both of them have the ability to do equal favor or equal harm to you. The only difference is when a lie is found out, you get twofold the consequence.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes more than that, right? It all depends on how slick the liar is.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to be funny, I'm being serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got a gift of a silver tongue, you could tell a lie till the day you die.
Mm-hmm. Lie after
And you're
lie
gonna
after
catch
lie after
nothing
lie.
but the benefits.
Lie after lie after lie after lie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's lies are very, very powerful. They have the power to kill you or someone else. They have the power to make or break someone else.
Mm-hmm.
They have the power to take away your children, take away your freedom.
Mm-hmm.
They have the, like Cassandra was saying, they have the power to destroy your credibility in your career.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like that. Blink of an eye.
So, yep, blink of an eye.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And I don't know why this came to my heart, but with this particular and we're going to go to Shanavia. Shanavia is with us this morning, but when I asked that question, and I know this cannot happen because the brother's gone home to glory, but ask Emmett Till how powerful a lie is. Took that young man's life. A lie.
Yes, sir.
A lie. Took his life away from him, man. That's just one example, people. That's just one example. There's a lot more examples out there. There's a lot more examples. So a lie can be very powerful. Shanavia, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, y'all. I'm good. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good. Good to have you with us. It's been a minute.
Navy, I miss you.
Oh Lord.
Hey, Miss Cassandra. I miss y'all too, man. I've been running ragged lately.
There you go. Good to have you, sis. And I'm asking. I'm gonna go back to the beginning with you for a second, and then we're gonna come to this part here. Now, if you're in a meeting, Navy, you're in a meeting, and 10 people in that meeting, you're the only one that look like you. All right, and somebody in the course of that meeting, look at you and say, Shanavia, you know what? You are a credit to your race. How do you take that, and what do they mean?
That's a good question, because it's probably the question I'm going to ask. What you mean? Because What did I do? Or why did you feel like my race wasn't? I don't know. Like I really just don't. That question doesn't make sense to me. And for whatever reason, that person, like, what was said, what was done, or how did you view my race in the first place? As to why you thought that was, I guess, a viable statement to make. And in all fairness, they could mean well by it. But immediately, whenever you gave the scenario and that was like the punchline, I was like, oh. Because, I mean, we find ourselves in those situations more often than not. And it may not necessarily be your credit to your race, or, you know, it could be something like, oh, well, you know, you talk differently. Or you're not like most Black people. Well, what does that mean? And what other Black people have you met other than what you see on TV or what you see on social media? So I don't know. I would have to inquire a little bit more. I would have to respond and not react. Because reacting is what we tend to do for those of us that are recovering hotheads rather than responding.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
that's good. That's good. Now, how powerful is a lie?
Man, Ryan took my whole mental thread. Like, that was, like, whenever I heard the question, that's exactly where I was going. Well, not exactly, but he hit a lot of key points that that stuck out for me, too. Just simply because, I mean, you have people who have had whole lucrative careers based off of a lie. And then you have people whose lives have literally been taken and ruined. Not just people, but their families are still having to recover from a lie that may have been told. I'm in court right now because of a lie.
Wow.
So you know what I mean? It holds weight. It has power, and it depends on how you use it. Just like everything else. I don't know if there's a way that you can use it for good, or I guess the term that I should use is, if you're going to use it to your benefit, how are you going to use it to your benefit? Are you going to is it benefiting you on a financial or a economic standpoint, or are you doing this because you know you feel like that you can gain something else, or because you pissed me off, then I'm going to come at you with this, and all it takes is for a couple of people to be convinced of said lie. And then it spreads like wildfire. Your business could be ruined. Your life could be taken. Your family's life could be in jeopardy. It depends, but I feel like, that's all I got for y'all right now.
Good deal. Good deal. Let's keep this thing going. We got a few people, and somebody else just called in. We're going to come to you in just a second or two. But Mr. Hicks, how powerful, brother, is a lie?
Oh, wow. A lie is not that powerful unless it's mixed with the truth, and that becomes it has the power now to distort reality. This it's mixed with truth, but lie standing on its own is weak because it's sort of obvious. But when you mix it with the truth of history, the truth of things, so there's elements of truth that distort your sense of reality. But I don't think a lie is standing on itself is strong enough to stand against truth, which is like a sun, a light of sun that exposes everything. But when it's mixed with bits of the truth, it has power.
Wow. So take a lie and mix in a little bit of truth, and then people would actually believe you more, be more apt to believe in that lie.
For sure, yes, sir. I think.
Wow, that's good.
I think it's example of history. So read the history of a lot of these so-called founding fathers. In the histories, that we get pictures of them as being white people, but actually they wasn't white people. You know, even in terms of Obama, saying Obama was the first Black president, when you go back in history, recognize that that's not even true.
Yeah.
So, but it's mixed with the truth and false, you know. But yeah.
That's good. Well,
Raheem.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, a lie does have power. you know. But you know, because I thought about when you said something about how powerful it is. It reminded me of Rosewood.
Mm-hmm.
Rosewood, I believe it was Rosewood, New York.
Mm-hmm.
But I never watched that movie again. I don't know if it's the truth or not. But anyway, I just want to respond to a little bit of what Ryan said. Ryan said, go ahead.
That one was Florida.
Okay. Thank you. But anyway, so a lie does have power. But I just kind of disagree with it has just as equal power as the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because and this is why I say that, because see, when you got the truth on you, it sets you free. You go into Galatians chapter 5, verse 1. They say he set you free, and then when you lie, you're in bondage. See, because what a liar has to do is, like you said, you got to keep lying and lying and lying. That puts a person in bondage. So the power of a lie does cause reactions to things, to allow people to do certain things and be really evil, but it does not have the same value as the truth. But because the truth sets you free within your soul, when a lie keeps you bonded within yourself. So yeah. I mean, and then you can look at this too. You know, what is it to say to a elderly woman who looks really nice, and to somebody else she may not look as good, but just say to her, you say, "Oh, girl, you looking good. You fine." You know what I'm saying? And you know within yourself, you said that to encourage her or to make her feel a certain way, to make her feel good. Now, to somebody, it might be a lie, but it was a truth told to do something right. And I'm not saying that lying is right. I'm not saying that. But I just looked at it in a different form, in a different way.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to share. And that's on my heart.
Look, watch. Well, some would say that's just a little white lie. Yeah, you look good. And then she get that little swagger with herself and get the swaying all over the place and dipping in all kind of stuff. You know, woo, girl, look at you. God almighty, girl, you ready. Anyway.
You back in the corner again, bro.
What you say, Curtis? Curtis, was that you?
That was Mr. Hicks. That was saying you get in that corner.
Last exponents of that religion or this religion.
Like, get back in that corner. That was me. I'm sorry. I was just joking.
Oh, no. Somebody else talking at the same time. I'm trying to. Who's the other person that's talking? Oh, I heard you, Mr. Hicks, putting me in that corner. Oh, I heard you. So, somebody else.
Okay, you heard it.
Yes, sir. Somebody else. Somebody else saying something. Who else is that talking?
I think it was Kurt.
Okay. We'll come back. We'll keep it moving. Leonard.
No, that wasn't me. I ain't say nothing.
Yeah,
the only thing I said was, I told Willa, you know, just so the sister would know that was Florida.
Yeah. Rosewood. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Leonard, how powerful in your estimation is a lie?
It really depends on the lie and who telling. The purpose and things of that nature. You know, I'm a little bit there. I remember, you know, as younger, you know, sticks and stones may hurt my bones and all that kind of stuff, but words will never hurt me.
Yes, that's not true.
Okay.
That's the first moment of discipline.
Okay.
That's the first moment of discipline. There's nothing you can say to me, trust me, that would knock me off my square. It doesn't matter what you say. I don't have the same value that other people have in those types of things. You can say what you want to say.
Yeah.
Was it Pilate? Just say you the king of the Jews. What did Jesus say? That's what you say.
Yeah.
So wherever offense is, they're the ones with the problem. So you have to be careful. People will say things to bait you in to traps. I I do it all the time.
That's near.
Okay.
I can get you to confess to things that you never would have confessed to.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people who you can, like Mr. Hicks often talks about it, and you know, sometimes I think about it, because these things, when it comes to control and people making excuses for behavior and all these types of things, to me, are under this kind of umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are just not in control of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
This is what is most important.
Amen.
I don't care what you think or how you feel. You have to be able to control that, because this is where your downfall is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Is allowing every evil, wicked spirit to win you to their side. This is the bait. Temptation is not the problem. Yielding to it is the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Facts.
So you have to come, and I feel so bad for some people, because think about those people who can't shut their mouth. It's your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't even keep it closed. Why should I trust you to do anything?
Man, I was looking at a case on yesterday on Judge Judy, and this young boy, he went in there. He had all the evidence, everything in place to win the case, but he just talked so much, man. He just talked over the judge, and Judge Judy got so frustrated when she said, "You know what? You an idiot. You an idiot." And
That's all you are. You're an idiot.
And she said $5,000 to the other side. Bam! Hit that gavel.
Think about it. You on the run and blah blah blah, and shh, don't say nothing. What you say? Pow! Now your head blowed off.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, come on, man. You got to be a little bit smarter than that. This is why I get so frustrated even on this show.
Hey, Leonard, like nephew Tommy, I'm in the closet.
Man, come on. Come on, you just everything. Some people, I would tell people certain things and I would only tell them. So if you come back, guess who told it?
Yeah, exactly.
You fool.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
I know how to get you if I want you and make it look like you brought it on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in front of all types of judges and things. I'm not worried about the lie at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's the truth that's gonna cause the problem.
That's gonna get you. Mm-hmm. Exactly. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. Rico, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
I can't complain, man. Well, I can't complain. I can, but it ain't no need.
There you go.
How everybody doing, man? I'm just happy to see another beautiful new day.
Yes, sir. Good to have you. Rico, I'm gonna take you back to the beginning. Then I'm ask you the second part. The first part of this, you're at work. You one of the head people there, man, and you're on a meeting with the other head people there. 10 of y'all. None of them look like you, Rico. None of them look like you. And you say some things, and then they really like it. And they say, one of them look at you and say, Rico, man, you are a real credit to your race. How do you take that?
It probably would depend on the context of the situation or the conversation we were having. But 9 times out of 10, I would, me being me, I would be offended. I would probably be thinking to myself, in a smart way, yeah, I'm a credit to the human race. I would make that point. I would definitely verbally say, yeah, I'm a credit to the human race.
Yeah.
Just to get them, just to see the look on their faces, and to let them know that, okay, wait a minute, where you coming from?
Yeah.
I ain't even got to say it. What you mean by that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna automatically put us on the same level. Yeah, not only am I a credit to the black race, but I'm a credit to whatever you got going on too. A very huge benefit to all of mankind. So don't limit me.
Yeah. That's good.
But at the same time, they'll have to read in between the lines and understand that if they even try that again, Don't come to me with that.
Yeah.
Don't come to me with that, trying to make me feel like I'm limited to just being what you consider a black standard is.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll cut your head off with that one.
Exactly. Wow, good deal. Now, Rico, how powerful is a lie?
It's powerful enough to, I mean, this is gonna be simply put, and you can measure it up and down the pole from 1 to 10, or 1 to 100. It has the ultimate power to make wrong prevail.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And in any situation, if it's a lie, then that means the truth ain't gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't even feel like it's necessary to go back and say which one is more powerful, which one is more powerful. Because when you have people that have been posthumously exonerated after lethal injection, truth don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to the living, we could say, well, yeah, now y'all could clear my uncle's name. He didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's too late because that man sat on death row for 20-some years saying he didn't do it.
Exactly.
But the lie prevailed.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong prevailed. And they hit him with that execution. And he out of here.
Yeah. Just
and
like
that happens all the time.
Just like that.
So, you know, in that person's eyes, when they getting that injection and taking that last breath or getting that last electrocute, whatever way they leave here, in a big or a small, it could be simple or it could be extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong has prevailed if a lie has won.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And that's all. I mean, I can't go no further than that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's good. Let's keep this thing going. Toussaint, talk to me, brother. We're talking about a lie. Toussaint, you there? Circle back around to Toussaint. He's trying to find that mute button. Curtis, talk to me, brother. Kurt, you with us? Everybody done stepped away for a second. We're going to keep this thing going. I know who's here with us. Willow!
Yeah, Raheem.
Talk to me,
yeah,
sis.
lies.
Mm-hmm.
Lies destroyed so many relationships. You know, I was thinking about what Leonard said. You know, Leonard is, I mean, he reminds me of, ain't nobody gonna take his power away.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, that's what I like about him. You know, ain't nothing gonna take and mess his world up unless he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's good discipline.
Yes.
And that's what we need as the people of God. We need that discipline. We need to be able to control that free will that we got. You know, because what happens is, and think about this too. Think about somebody that you trust,
mm-hmm.
that you really trust. You've confided in, you've told them secrets that you wouldn't tell nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
And one day, they sit up and told you a lie.
Mm.
It was backed up by what? What was it backed up? What was that lie backed up by? It was backed up by someone you trusted.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you took it in so easy. So I just wondered. I just wonder if there will be ever anybody that really trusted told him a lie, and he fed into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where would that discipline go in?
Yeah.
Because it's really hard in this world that you gotta take and look at everything with a fine-tooth comb, with something fine like a microscope or something.
Mm-hmm.
Even the people that sometimes you trust, because you don't know their motive. You don't know what they've done. Is the enemy working with them now?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what these demons work with, everybody.
Yeah.
And you know who they work with the most? The one closest to you.
Yep, exactly.
The one that's going to be able to break your heart and tear it down. The one that's going to be able to put a hole in it and you think you can't repair it. So we got to be very, very careful because that enemy, that demon, he's a ventriloquist.
Mm-hmm.
He'll make the lie seem like the lie seem like the truth.
Yes.
So we gotta be really careful and stay prayed up, and just ask God that it won't come nigh my dwelling. It
Mm-hmm.
won't come near me.
Mm-hmm.
It won't come, because you know what, Raheem, in this world, I can't do nothing without him.
That's right.
That's my total existence. I trust God,
Mm-hmm.
and I trust no man. And that's what's on my heart, my hand.
Good deal. Good deal. Badger, talk to me, brother.
Man, this whole concept about lies and things of that nature. Sorry. I mean, it's like I said earlier, and a lot of people are touching on it. Lies have become so predominant in our society. You know, every time we turn on politicians, and listen to them, majority of them are silver-tongued people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I'm sitting here and I think, you know, the adults call them leaders, and the kids, you know, any kids that are watching this stuff, and then they turn around and hear the parents complaining that the politicians aren't doing their job, and so on, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are we not teaching our kids that lying is how you get to the top? Like, let's have a deep conversation about that, because we literally tell our kids that the politicians are the leaders that we vote for, and then we turn around and complain about them lying and manipulating and all these other things. How is that not teaching them that lying and manipulating isn't a way to get to the top? Like, let's be honest with ourselves.
See, my thing is my thing is, and I understand what you're saying, but my thing is this right here. I teach my kids. And I know that there's other influences out there. There's other things. They're going to leave the house. They're going to go to school, have little friends, all that. I understand all that stuff. But when they come into the house, it's my responsibility to hopefully clean them up of all that filth that they've been fed out there. And for me to have them to look at some politicians, and yeah, a lot of politicians, they do rise up and stuff like that based on lies and stuff. But I'm not going to let my children think that that's the way to go. I'm not going to have my children think that that's the way that we're supposed to do this thing. No, it's not. No, it's not. You know, that person is wrong, and this is why. But go ahead.
So no, and I understand that. I mean, we can always do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yet our actions say different things. Because there are some parents, and I'm not saying you, or just speaking in general.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then as the kid gets older and things like that, and they grew up in this environment, and then who are you voting for? Oh, I'm voting for Republican. Well, why are you voting that way if you've been complaining most of my life about the way they do things?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because the other side's worse.
Mm-hmm.
And so on and so on. You know, there's so many nuances to this topic for me that go way. I guess some people can say I'm overthinking, and quite honestly, I don't care, because the blessing of a brain that I was gifted, I see things very differently. I love the research words. I love to just dig deeper and deeper. I don't take politicians at face value. I go research things. I go, like, what's the history of it? When we teach our kids about Christmas, we teach them the history of it and how it evolved into what it is today.
Wrap it
Easter,
up,
the same thing, and so on and so on.
Okay.
So, to me, if we're talking about this topic, I feel that we cannot leave out having to hold ourselves accountable for the lies that we allow our kids to believe.
Okay, and that's my thing right there. I can't speak to nobody. I can speak for Raheem and how he raised his children. I'm not going to allow my children to be subjected to those lies. I'm going to tell them. I'm going to have a conversation with them. We're going to talk about it, and that's what it is, because I'm responsible for my kids. I'm responsible, and so to have them walk around here thinking this or thinking that, no, then I failed. I failed. Leonard, go ahead.
Hold on.
Hold on, Badger. No.
I really, you're going to love this.
I gave you more time because I spoke during your time. That's why I gave you more time. But if you're going to say something, you got less than a minute.
Real quick. Okay. But I'm also responsible for your kids, because if you trust me enough to be around your kids, that means I need to be an example like you are.
Okay. Leonard, what's on your heart? Frank, coming to you next.
Well, you know, I'm I don't know who's teaching their kids that, but I don't know anyone teaching their kids that, nor have anybody that I've known with kids around me or in our groups and family teach kids that. My mother taught me what was right to do, because I can learn wrong on my own.
Yeah.
So one, I don't think everybody else is stupid. You grow up. There's a big difference than having fun and trying to hurt and deceive people. There's no one that tells the truth all the time, unless there's a man that does not speak. It's not so much as everything has to be the truth. What are you using it for? Just because you're telling the truth about one thing, don't mean you tell the truth about everything. So one, you ought to grow up.
Lord.
Grow up. That's why I'm so hard on women and people like. So you still making the same stupid decisions you was making when you were 17 and now you 35? Grow up. Nobody got time for that. Get it together. It's telling your kids. I know Badger has an issue with the Santa Claus thing, right?
Yes.
Who cares? If you ain't smart enough to know that Santa Claus don't exist after a certain age, something wrong with you anyway.
Wow.
Get it fixed.
Wow.
Get it fixed, man. Ain't nobody gonna be sitting around here candy coating everything for you. I wasn't born into that world. I assume everybody's lying. So therefore, guess what? That means I'm gonna have to go find out for myself. I can't take everybody's word for everything.
So basically, Leonard, you're saying. So basically, what you're saying, if a person walking around here 26 still thinking Santa Claus coming, something wrong with them.
Boy, I'll be glad when they get here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna wish for something. Just to sit next to you and pull that eggnog, because something wrong with you. It's called growing up at a certain point. And a lot of people hate to grow up because you have to accept the truth of the matter. You can no longer. It's not cute to be ignorant and be an adult.
Now hold on, to be what now?
Ignorant.
Oh, I thought you said ignorant. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Ignorant or ignorant, some people. That's for the people that speak the other language.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go look it up. I don't even know if ignorant is in there, but anyway, that's your fault if you ignorant. Past the cage of accountability, bro. I'm not giving you no breaks.
Exactly. Good deal.
If you don't play dumb, if you're really dumb, go get you some sense. Go get you some education. If you don't know it today, be committed to knowing it tomorrow.
Good deal. Good deal. Frank, and welcome back, Frank. How you doing, brother?
Man, I am fantastic. How are you?
Hey, doing good, doing good. We're asking a question, man. How powerful is a lie?
Depends on the lie. I mean, depending on the lie. I say this all the time. I live here in Detroit. The 67 riots all happened because of a lie. People went to jail. People have gone to jail for rape. A lot of guys I played ball with was in relationships with people that they shouldn't have been in relationships with, ended their NBA careers, and they ended up in prison. I lied on a guy once that all he did was laugh at me. I fell off of my bike. I lied on him and told my family that he threw a rock at me and knocked me off of my bike. But I just fell. But he was sitting on his porch laughing at me. So when my family came to check on me, I lied on him. Caused him a whole lot of problems. So, man, a lie, the wrong lie could cost you your life.
Yeah.
Or cost somebody else their life. So it is we can't minimize lying. And you know what? You know what else right here? Guess what else a lie can do?
What's that?
A lie can keep me from protecting my children. That's why I always tell them, no matter what you do, if I show up, tell me the truth, so I know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me. If you did it, tell me you did it. I'm still on your side, but I got to come at this thing a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're being falsely accused, hey, Pop, that ain't me. I don't know what they talking about. Okay, I'm with you, but don't have me standing, and then I find out you lying. Oh man,
that makes it worse.
Now, now we're in a bad situation.
I'm defending you and you lying, bro. You mean I'm sitting there fighting for you and you lying?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
Yeah.
That's a bad deal there, man. What is it
gonna call? What is it gonna cost us to take care of this? And I'm gonna take care of you when we get home. When we get home, it's a whole different situation. When we get home, I'm not gonna do nothing to you right here in front of these people. But you wait till you get home. It's gonna be something. Ooh.
And I even tell them. I even tell my boys with their if your brother get into something, get him out of it.
Yeah.
And then we'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Don't be standing there self-righteous talking about, oh well, he deserved it. No.
Yeah.
No. Get your brother.
I saw this.
Get
thing.
him to safety.
Exactly. And I saw this thing on Facebook. Y'all might have seen it as well, man. It broke my heart. I'm gonna go to Shanavia because I want to hear her heart on this too. But a young lady sent her 2 daughters. Some altercation came. I don't have the whole story, but I just have the pieces that I have of it. But the girls came home. Altercation, was gonna be a fight or whatever it was, and the girls came home, and she sent her 2 daughters back out there to fight. Sent her 2 daughters out of there. They in the safety of their home. Whatever happened out there in the streets, she got the story, and she sent her 2 daughters out there to fight, and both of them end up dead, man. Both her daughters end up dying out there, supposedly fighting. She sent them out. She sent her daughters from the safety of their home. Instead of sitting down talking to her daughters and what's going on, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we don't need to get involved. Instead of doing something like that, she sent them back out there to fight. You go back out there and you fight. Both of them dead now. Navy, what's on your heart, sis? I know that's different from the topic, but what's on your heart?
I don't even know how to respond to that other than it breaks my heart like immediately. Like, because I was waiting for the punchline. I didn't know that was going to be the outcome of it. But I think that just goes to show. I don't know what that shows. I don't know if it's just the fact of like that's how you were raised. So I mean, like, because I mean, my grandma made me go back out and fight too.
Yeah.
The little neighbors of the street from us, because you don't let nobody disrespect you, and you don't let nobody take over your go-kart. So yeah, you got to go fight, whether they boys or not. Y'all go out there, y'all go fight. But I can't see myself like, yes, I'm all for standing up for yourself, but if I'm a daughter, my daughters are coming to me as their mom for protection. That's what I should offer them. I can't, and I'm at a point in my life right now. Perfect example will be the court case it's a ongoing court case from my brother that I got pulled into because of what someone lied and said about me, about his court case on Facebook. I can't fight the same way that I used to. That mom should not have fought the same way that she used to.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go about it in the same manner that I would. I can't go back and forth with people on Facebook over their ignorance or a lie that they're telling. I got to come at you from a different angle. I have too much to lose on every level.
Yeah.
So I can't fight you the same way.
Exactly. Cassandra, what's on your heart, man? She sent her daughters out there to fight. Her 2 daughters back out there to fight, young girls, and they both of them end up dead.
Yeah. Well, I unfortunately that's the way I was raised. My mom, I came home crying one time because this girl had fought me, and I mean, it was unprovoked, and I could have fought her harder, but this girl was like one of the baddest chicks in our neighborhood at the time, and she was older than me. And I went in the house crying, and my mom was like, "Excuse me, what happened?" And so I told her what happened, and she said, "Now, either you gonna go out there and you gonna whip her behind, or you gonna come back in here and I'm gonna whip your behind." So, man, the choice was clear to me. I went out there and I fought that girl like I lost my mind. But I know that's the way I was raised. I mean, I had 4 siblings that I had to protect, and it wasn't no question as to if I wanted to protect them. You were going to protect them, or you know what was coming. So whether it was right or wrong, it's the way that I was raised. You know what I'm saying? And I hated that. I hated that I was always fighting, because that was the standard that my family set. Everybody on here grew up differently. You know, I grew up in the hood where it was some days it was fight or flight, but I wasn't running. I was gonna stand there and fight. So, you know, is it right? Is it wrong? You know, I still ask myself the question: did my mom do? You know, should she have made me fight like that? But I'm a fighter today.
Exactly.
You can do whatever you want. I'm gonna fight back. I mean, I'll fight you in the natural, in the physical, but I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna get up. So.
And see, and the truth of the matter, my uncle, and he was one of my favorite uncles, man. And he sent me out there. I came home from school one day, and I remember the guy's name, man. It was elementary school, William and Tyrone. they were gonna jump on me one day, and I went on home. I ain't fooling with y'all. I went on home, man. Went in the house, and my uncle was there. And the kids said, you know how the kids be following, they follow us all the way down the street and everything. Cause they wanted this to be a fight. And I walked on home. They ain't do nothing to me. I walked on home, went in the house, and the kids was out on the street. My uncle said, "What all them kids doing out there?" I said, They want to fight. They want to fight who? I said, "Me." He said, "Boy, if you don't get your blah 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 out there," and he's still on the porch. He said, "Now either you gonna go fight them, or just like same situation. I don't know whether that was an old folk thing, but same situation. Either you gonna go fight them, or I'm gonna fight you." And I'm not gonna fight my uncle, because I done seen him do some stuff. And so I went out there, man, and it worked out. It worked out. But wow. But the idea of these kids going out there, man, and the same situation, same scenario, pretty much the same, but they lost their life. They died. Both of them died. Rico, what's on your heart, brother? Rico, you there?
Yeah, I had to pull my screen down, man.
Okay.
You know, you said the key word, and I think I wanted to hit on something Navy said, man. She said something key. I think she said she got too much at stake.
Yeah.
Or too much to lose. And so that's the part. That's the biggest thing you could lose is your life.
Yep.
That was the biggest thing that was at stake when that woman sent them back out that door. And when our parents and family members told us the same thing, I think all of us went through that probably at one point in time. You better go back out there and fight.
Yep.
But see, it has to be some structure or order in that, because if that person that told you to go back out there and fight isn't there to make sure you don't get jumped. Or maybe these people want to fight you because you lied on them and did something wrong to them. That's the reason why they want to fight you. Now you want to run because you done started all this mess. They sending you back out there to fight. They don't know you was the one in the wrong. But then what can be the end result? Well, you know, I had somebody tell me the other day during the conversation, "Dang, Rico, you always go to the extreme." Because the extreme can't happen. That is the reality. Everybody always think, you know what I'm saying, they see what happens on the news and they don't think it can happen to them until it happens to them. That's when they realize the extreme can happen. It is possible. So with the extreme being possible and your daughter's being at a risk of probably dying or maybe killing somebody, maybe they go back out there and fight and they kill somebody. And now you're going to be in trouble for sending them back out there. And sometimes when you retaliate and you don't act in the spur of the moment, you know, that can be considered premeditated, depending on what you say and what you do. But that lets me know that we have to go back to finding out why we're so willing to say, you know what, aggression is the answer.
Yeah.
Because in the end, if aggression is justified, we also have to understand that could be collateral damage, and the extreme can be death.
Exactly.
So, you got to know that. I feel like we have to go back and ask ourselves, why do we feel like it's necessary to do that? Not, like sometimes you do have to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You do have to defend yourself. But to get out of a situation and then go back to it, man, don't let them hear you did that in the court of law. You went back with a gun.
Yep.
You went back with a knife.
Premeditated.
Uh-oh.
Premeditated. Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep. Exactly.
So somebody needs to go back and start asking themselves about toxic masculinity, toxic femininity, toxic behavior, and at the same time, conflict resolution.
That's good.
Somebody, the adult has to be the one with the conflict resolution, because sometimes one parent might send their child back out there, and then the other child who got whooped parent come back out there, and now the parents fight.
Yep. Exactly. Wow. It's a lot tied into this thing, man. Ryan, what's on your heart, man? What do you hear? Ryan, you there?
I'm here.
There you go.
Give me a second to find that mute button.
Okay.
At that Tucsonitis.
Yes, sir.
So I was thinking, did you change subjects?
Yeah, we talking about the young lady that sent her 2 daughters back outside to fight. They came home from school, I would assume, and they came home and they were supposed to have been a fight, and the mother found out what was going on and sent her 2 daughters back out there to fight. And when she did that, both daughters end up dying, getting killed. What are you hearing?
Okay, I didn't catch that because I had something on my heart about the last subject. If I can spit that out right quick.
Go ahead, real quick.
So you said, how powerful is a lie?
Yes.
But guess what, Raheem? There's 73 genders. How powerful is that?
Wow.
That's how powerful a lie is. And on that subject, on the new topic, yeah, I think I agree with what I've heard thus far. I've been done the same thing. Try to walk away, trying to walk home, got a whole group of people following you. Don't want to fight, because that's not how I was brought up. And then all of a sudden, it becomes a daily chore to just try to make it home with the skin still on my back. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And eventually, like I've told this story before, it wasn't my parents that did this. It was my principal. You're going to have to fight, or it's going to happen every day.
Yep.
And as long as you defend yourself and you don't start it, you're never going to get in trouble. That's what I was told. But nowadays, you have to be crazy to send your kids outside to fight.
Exactly.
You got a little 10, 12, 13-year-olds running around with a pistol in their pocket. And they're going to take your life. They're not throwing hands. When we were growing up, it was okay to take a butt whooping. You learned something from that.
Yeah, exactly.
You learned to either keep your mouth shut or throw your hands better.
And
nowadays, you're gambling with your life.
And 9 times out of 10, you're playing with that same person again tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the same. The world is not the same. You should not be encouraging your children to go outside and fight.
Yeah. Wow.
I encourage my children to defend themselves. But if something looks suspicious, you better use them feet and get on somewhere.
Exactly. Good deal. Let's go to Tucson. Tucson, what do you hear in this situation? And she sent her kids back outside to fight, and it happens. But is this the day and the time for that? Because both her kids died, man. In the course of that, both her kids died, Tucson. What's on your heart, brother? You see how I talk to you, your chance to find a mute. You see how I talk to you, your chance to find a mute button, right? You see how And now he don't push the mute button again. Ain't that something?
Yeah. I ain't pushed nothing.
Okay, there you go. Go
Can
ahead.
you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I was trying to figure out whether it was my piece or the phone. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
So you can still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, I hate to say it like I wanted to say it, but these days, the days we live in, you know, like Ryan said, back then, it's win, lose, or draw. We try tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You with me today? Then okay, we're gonna try this thing till at least we fight till we become friends, because you ain't gonna keep doing me like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it's gonna work.
Yeah.
You know, okay, I got a bloody nose, bloody lip. But tomorrow we're gonna be at it again. Show now.
Mm-hmm.
Kick my teeth in. Okay, I'm gonna fight with 30 teeth this time.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
But the day we live in now, unfortunately, you send your kid out there to die.
Mm-hmm.
Because 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old got a gun.
Mm-hmm. And ain't afraid to
They
use
ain't
it.
worried about no discipline because their parents ain't disciplined.
Yeah.
And the parents ain't trying to teach them the discipline.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't trying to do none of that righteous stuff. No, you talking about I know you're in a Christian home, but everybody ain't Christian. You better stop it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
We're gonna teach them a lesson. You gonna learn the lesson today.
Mm-hmm.
So get your burial plan together because you're gonna need it.
Wow.
You used to get out the, somebody cut you off, you shoot your finger. You better keep your fingers to yourself. You look straight. Don't look at on the next call and you go to talking. You better shut up.
Yeah.
My wife says she's not gonna ride with me no more. Because I don't like Cassandra. She says, Cassandra, I don't like people driving in the left lane slow. So in order to pass, that's the passing lane.
Mm-hmm.
So and I drive a little bit over the speed limit with my cruise on. So I flash my lights before I get there, or I might turn my lights off because I'm a truck driver. Everybody not a truck driver, so that's the language of a professional driver. We signal each other of what's happening. I'm going a little faster than you, so move over. You have room to move over.
Yeah.
And my wife just says, that's scary to me because people are crazy. I ain't gonna ride with you no more. I said, well, I'll just go by myself. You take your car and I take mine.
Yeah.
And we had this discussion because she's right. Everybody not a truck of professional.
Yes.
You get yourself killed these days.
Yes, sir. Cassandra, what's on your heart about sending the kids out there like that?
Like I said, it was old school in my hood that's what you did. Everybody is right. You cannot do that today. You have a whole new breed of kids that will take your life. What do you have to prove that was worth your children's life? I'm just asking.
Exactly.
What do you have to prove that is worth your child's life? I've never done that. And I know how it bothered me that I was made to do it. So I never did that to my children. I never said, go out there. No, I didn't want that for them. But that's the way I was taught, and I don't know. I keep saying, right, wrong, or indifferent. I don't know. But I know that it was my reality. And you didn't question whether you were going to do what your mom said back then. I wish you would.
Yeah.
I wish you would try that. See how it work out. His Tucson say, see how that work out for you. No,
not very well.
So I would go and fight even when I didn't want to.
Exactly. I wanted to catch Kurt before he hung up to find out his response to it as well. But I think he done hung up on us, man. And actually, it's time for us to get out of here. Anybody else got anything they want to say before we get out of here real quickly? 1 minute max.
Oh, Raheem.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Raheem, can I say real quick? The lady that I told you that did the thing on Facebook,
yes,
she actually posted a bunch of my pictures saying that this person on Facebook right now. So I don't know. I'm going to have to try to contact Facebook because this is going to be a problem for me.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm trying to figure out why are you doing that?
Yeah,
and she's saying I'm going to get to the bottom of this. How do you get to the bottom of me being me? What are you talking about?
Exactly. Let me know if you need me for any reason, Cassandra. I'm right here. Let me know if you need me.
Yeah, because this is crazy, and you know, you're not gonna mess with my name now. Now we about to go to court. Now I'm about to get my friends, the attorneys, to track her.
Yep.
And you cannot do that. You better get the facts before you make a move.
Exactly. That's true. I'm gonna call you after the broadcast, Cassandra. We're gonna talk. Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to say?
Have a blessed day, everybody.
Yeah, good deal. Leonard, what's going on at 3 o'clock today, sir? 3 o'clock today.
If you did not get a chance to hear the show in its entirety, log on to www.dkmmediagroup.com at 3 o'clock Eastern today.
Good deal. Let me get my voice right. Willow! Let me say it again, just in case she didn't hear me. Is she here? Did we lose Willow just now? I think we might have lost her. What? Let me see here. Yeah, I think we might have just lost Willow. Okay. Hopefully she's gonna call back. Willow, if you're available, call back in right now. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Frank, pray us out, brother. Frank Logan. Okay. Now here, don't nobody want to pray on a Friday. I know where I could go though. Watch this. Tucson. Pray us out, sir.
I was about to hang up. But anyway, God, we come now and we say thank you. We always have to bless you because you're just who you are, and without you, we are nobody. We can't be who we are because we have no way to strive to be better. Because you're the great, awesome, mighty, powerful God that gives us our instructions and our directions so that we will be more like you. And that's our desire. So as we ask for your forgiveness, wash us and make us clean, righteous before your sight. Because without you, we can't even move nor have our being. We bless you today, God. Continue to bless Raheem and all those that are listening and being a part of the Morning Glow. We thank you for that opportunity, because you don't have to do it, but you keep on blessing us over and over again. Bless us and keep us in your care as we go through this day. In Jesus' name, before I say amen.
Amen. Ooh, I said, Willa, what happened there, Willa?
I'm on the highway and I got knocked off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that devil did.
Yeah. I see.
And I was trying to call you back right away, and then I heard you start praying, so I didn't say anything.
There you go. Praise God.
Yeah,
But look, it's been a great week, man. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your morning. It is now 10:16. You're about to exit, 10:17 now. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me 2 favors, if you will. 1, I want you to continue to pray for us, because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number 2, why this is real simple, I want you to go out there, find somebody and give them a hug, because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. Then we'll shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other. And please, please, please be blessed. Give somebody some love and truth. They would appreciate it, and I'm sure that you would as well. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday morning if God says the same.